Seriously, the hell's wrong with you people?
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
Hey, welcome back to Strong Arm Flix. What's good, everybody? What's up, Jeffrey?
Nothing. Had a pretty crazy day, being the only bagger at my work, where I worked. So that was pretty eventful. I got to run around a lot.
Oh man, I bet it sounds like you were pretty busy, man.
Yeah.
Man, so a lot of stuff has happened. The new Flash trailer. I don't know if you guys caught the Super Bowl and all that. The Flash trailer dropped as well. And, James Gunn has made some comments about the new movement. And we haven't had a live stream, and it feels like 2 weeks, maybe not that long, but feels like in a minute. And I just kind of want to catch up with everybody and, and see where everybody's at with everything, and break some stuff down on the channel, because that's what we do. There we go. I just had to post that to Vero. And, and see what's popping. So, hopefully, we can do a live trailer reaction and they won't, strike the channel. Gonna pause and, give our commentary. And if it has to be cut out of the stream, I'm sorry to you guys. If you end up going back and, to watch the replay of this after this live stream's aired live and that section's trimmed out, that means that YouTube's probably forced me to cut it for copyright reasons. I don't know why they do that. Usually it's not a problem, but I know when you go live with things like this, YouTube's a lot more touchy, a lot more strict. But we're gonna try and see maybe if we can have, a little music going. Maybe we can avoid some of the riffraff, from the algorithm, because a lot of it's the algorithm. I want to say what up to Pedro and the building, Restore the Snyderverse.
Hey, Pedro.
All right, so, and Pedro said, makes me sick, YouTubers praising this movie when it's supposed to be a Zack Snyder film. So angry, I want to punch the wall. Well, look it, man. It is definitely supposed to be a Zack Snyder film. But we got to try and try our best to give our honest opinion about it and not just be biased. As hard as that is, I'm a huge Zack Snyder advocate. And all that too, but it is what it is at this point. And honestly, if you had to choose, would you take the Flash film or this new slate of bullshit that James Gunn is slinging at us? From what I've seen, we've got our first look at Batfleck. Not only so, and here's the thing that's exciting about the trailer, guys. I did catch it live when it first dropped. But I haven't got a chance to react to it. I have only seen it once, and there was a lot of stuff that was just moving too fast to really comprehend. So this will really be my first time really sitting down and really being able to pause, really be able to see what's really taking place in this trailer. But from what I can tell, I am pumped that Ben Affleck, it looks like our Batfleck is going to have more than just a glorified cameo, because there's a scene with the bloody Batman cowl that was his. So something's going on with that. So there's a scene involving him with that. We see him in the Batfleck suit. We see him as Bruce Wayne as well, which means that he's going to be in this movie more than a cameo. And that's enough for me to be excited personally. Because from what we've been told all the way until now is basically he's got a cameo and then a scene that was cut where him and Henry Cavill were like lost in the nightmare timeline, which probably was changed, altered, cut from the film entirely. But nonetheless, let's try to stay positive. Who knows if that was even filmed? Them were rumors long ago. We see Ezra. We see, Batfleck. We see mother freaking General Zod, Fiora. Them are all Man of Steel Snyderverse characters. They even show a lot of Man of Steel footage. They show some Man of Steel footage in here. So, you know, am I happy that it's not, you know, Zack? It should have been a Zack film. He would have killed it. But I think this is more closer, Pedro, to the Snyderverse than Black Adam was. And Black Adam tried. You got to give The Rock that. He tried, man. He tried to add that stitching back to it. And it just, you know, it was what it was. It was a Hamada burger. He tried to salvage it. You know, and I feel for him. You know, the dude was very passionate about that role. And, you know, it was his passion project. He, you know, I mean, it is what it is. But without further ado, what are you thinking, Jeffrey? You want to just go ahead and jump into this now? I mean, hey, at least if they end up having to cut this. Uh-oh. You freezing, Jeffrey, or is it me? Still there, buddy?
I'm good right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can you see me?
Yeah, your video was freezing on your end. It just froze again just now. Now it's unfroze again.
How's the audio?
It's good now. Audio is actually very clear. Clearer than your video. It's like
I'll just turn off. Yeah, I'll turn off my camera then.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. Let's do this.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere.
There we go. It's our first glimpse. And again, the cowl looks like it's physical. You can tell the cowl is physical, and the rest of the suit, from what I'm seeing, hopefully when these special effects are done, it won't look so... It's almost like his body is CGI'd in there and his head is just floating.
Yeah, it really does.
It does look like a massive improvement, though. Again, let's give this a fair criticism, guys. You know, I don't want to just hate on it and bash on it, you know, just for the sake of it, because, you know, let's be honest, we've been waiting for an actual Flash movie. Oh God, I don't know how long, and I don't think there's ever forever, and I don't think there's been a Flash movie, ever. So, to be fair, there is a little bit to get excited about in here for some people. You know, and honestly, this might be the last movie that we get that's anything of a remnant of any degree to the Snyderverse, because we know what's going to take place after this movie's over. We know what Gunn's doing. We know the plan. So let's just give this a fair shake, guys. You know, I know that's going to be tough for some of you, but, you know, bear with me. But yeah, the suit and the cowl does look a lot better than it did. Clearly some work has been done since the last time we got a little glimpse of this, but there's still work to be done. Clearly they need to make that suit from the neck down, make it more bold and more polishing to make it match with the cowl more. But other than that, I see what they're doing. Massive improvement. I'm sure the final product will be more polished. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere.
Wow, he looks emotional right there. He looks like something's going on. Maybe he's watching his mother's murder. I don't know.
Maybe.
Another timeline.
Uh-oh, there's the house.
Yep.
There's the house.
And
there's
this is...
see, look at... Go ahead, Jeffrey.
And really, this is just a thing for me. Like, I kind of like the color grading thing that Andy Muschietti is going for with this trailer to kind of set the tone for what the movie is going to be. Because I feel like we never really understood what type of mood what type of mood the movie was going for. But it seems like with this trailer, they are going for a serious tone with this.
Yeah, it does look like it's gonna have. It's obviously still gonna have some goofy moments and some real lighthearted moments and some jokes here and there. But at least it's somewhat appropriate because this is the fucking Flash. This is Barry Allen we're talking about. So I don't have no issue with that. You know, the shit that they did in Black Adam when it came to the jokes, when it stopped being serious, that's the kind of shit that don't work with characters like that. But let's continue. See, is that Batfleck's cowl?
I
can't tell.
It's still hard to tell.
It is. Nope, that's his. I can tell by how the face is opened right here and how the ears are real short. That's supposed to be Batfleck's cowl. There's blood on it. See, look, and then they show him right afterwards, almost like to confirm.
So why do you want to?
See, look, I like this. Look, I'm seeing a lot. See, and this is what I think he needed. Even in Zack Snyder's Justice League, it was very few moments where he had real serious roles, real serious lines, and high stakes. And when he did in the movie, that's when I think Ezra shined the hardest, the strongest. And it doesn't mean that he can't still be the Flash and do his Flash jokes and all that shit here and there and be a little amateurish at times, make little mistakes. But I really I want to see the character depth and see what he's capable of. And so far, it looks like he's taking this pretty serious. At least from what they're choosing to show us, who knows? We'll see what the final product is. We know how Warner Brothers likes to bait and switch, but again, we're trying to be optimistic.
Fight to say.
Now that was kind of dope. That slide was dope. Oh.
Because this is the world where my mom lives.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose her again.
So they're showing his mother. We've never seen her.
Time has a pattern.
No.
So here's the so this is what I
am Henry. Yeah, they recasted Barry's dad, which I'm still kind of upset by that. But
yeah, me too.
It is.
Me too. But at the same time, this is the multiverse too, and you know, unless this is going to be direct canon to Zack's cut, then that can be easily explained. Should they have done that? No, but it is what it is. They did what they did. At least it was a minor character like that, but I thought the guy was looked pretty dope, and looked pretty serious, and that played his dad in Zack's movie, in the JL movie. I would have preferred they kept him, but we'll see. And it also looks like that them reshoots did happen, and there is going to be a Reverse Flash storyline in here, because clearly we know that so if they're going to show his mother get murdered, that means that, from what I can understand, that they're going to save Reverse Flash for if this movie were to ever get a sequel. I don't think he'll make an appearance. I think that's going to be a mystery that just goes unsolved, and for the time being, while during the major points of the movie, because then it would make sense. You know, you fast forward to the JL, where he's meeting the team now. That's why he's got a law degree, because he's trying to figure this shit out. Even still, when he goes to visit his dad, he talks about it. Remember?
Yep.
He's still trying to solve the murder. Which means that it sucks that, and then wasn't there a guy that came out, Jeffrey, that was an actor that teased Reverse Flash out of fucking thin air like 8 months ago? And we're like, wait, what? Like they were doing an additional photography scene for the end of the movie? Yeah, so there's a chance that we might see an end credit scene that shows Reverse Flash. Your mic is messing up bad, Jeffrey.
That it can't help reliving.
Let me
Your mic is
my phone then.
okay.
Because my phone.
See, right there, the suit looks more like it's actually on him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that texture, but, you know, they're doing more of the comic booky, you know, tight red suit, unitard type shit, which is fine, I guess.
Different people, different worlds.
There we go.
Drawn to each other like magnets. My face. My face.
You know what's weird? Remember that scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League, or in BVS? The cameo for the Flash?
Yeah.
You remember he had long hair like that?
Yep.
So, I wonder if they're playing with that a little bit. So, I guess that begs the question right off rip. What version do we get in Zack's cut? You know, because the main Barry of this movie might not be the Barry that from our timeline.
Maybe.
Maybe. If they were smart and they honored the continuity like that, if Andy did, I mean, I'd be surprised. Probably not, but that would be dope.
Yeah, that would.
If you were to go into the...
Where is that? Is that Wayne Manor?
Yeah, I think that's Wayne Manor, and specifically Michael Keaton's Wayne.
See, and right here, I don't know what's going on here. It looks like they both fucking died. Look at his hands missing.
I think so.
Right here, it looks like there's lightning coming out of his sleeve, but there's no hands. And then there's lightning, like, could that be the Black Flash trying to kill, evil Flash trying to kill them?
idea what the not so much
Looks like he's trying to save the other Flash.
this could be.
I do like the ring. I do like the Flash ring.
Bruce, I could fix this.
I do like the ring. I will say that. Bruce, I could fix things.
Things. You could also destroy everything.
Smart, wise Affleck, bro.
Yep.
Do that. See, now that chemistry I feel like is perfect.
Yep.
I feel like that could have a scene. Now you take that scene right there we just seen, remove that from this trailer, remove that from this movie even. I feel like that scene could absolutely fit into Zack's continuity, or could actually have been right out of the JL movie. It could have been in there. Not saying it could have, but I mean it could have. It would have fit. It would have fit with the relationship that they had. You know what I mean? And him messing with the time travel and shit. And man, it was good. Oh, let's go back, man. It was so good to see Batfleck's face. See Ben Affleck as Bruce again.
I could fix things. You could also destroy everything.
Man, bring back Batfleck.
Yeah.
Make the Batfleck movie, man. Damn.
Just get me
Zod.
happening.
Man of Steel.
Yep.
I completely broke the universe. Sorry.
We've been waiting for you.
Woo! Man, man, Zod was a badass man. He killed it.
Yep.
What's his name? Like Michael Shannon or something that played him?
Yep. Michael Shannon.
He killed it, bro.
I created.
Just the suit. It's hard to get used to, man. I don't know if he's gonna go through a couple of costume changes before he gets his final suit that we see all armored. Because this don't look like the same suit that we see with the gold boots and the glowing lightning through the whole thing.
Yeah.
A world with no metahumans.
Man, see, I didn't like that. Was that Henry Cavill's suit?
I think so.
That looks like Henry Cavill's Superman suit, bro. Look. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not, but it sure the heck looks like it.
Humans.
You know? Who is that?
And now there's no one.
That's supposed to be Sasha's Supergirl.
Damn, she looked like she's a skeleton right there.
Yeah.
What is going on with her? Whoa.
No metahumans.
Ooh. Look at her spinal cord.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this movie's gonna have some serious tone to it, bro.
Yep.
Look at how dark and creepy, you know, because Andy Muschietti's a horror director, so he's gonna knock scenes like this out of the park. But I just hope that they didn't cuff him too hard.
Yeah.
And now there's no one to defend us.
Ooh. Want some help? That was Batfleck's voice, wasn't it? And then of course,
Yep.
we knew this was coming.
Yep.
You are.
Yeah.
Now this one, now that moment right there, I was kind of like about like that one was kind of like a too on the nose a bit for me personally.
Yeah, they're hitting with the nostalgia hard, but
Yeah.
you know, he genuinely seems happy to be there though.
Yeah, he does. He does. He really does.
And I like that, you know. It's not that he can't coexist in the world. You know, if it works for what they're doing, then that's fine. You know, as long as they're not just throwing it in there and they don't have a good script to explain the shit and it's just for nostalgia only, that's when it starts becoming sticky.
Yeah.
Because I really liked him sitting there. He's like, man, he looks like, man, I've been waiting my whole life to put this suit back on.
Yeah.
Look, when they zoom in, he's like, look at me, I'm a badass. Look.
You are.
Yeah. I'm Batman.
Damn. Looks like he's gonna have some good action, which I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I do.
At his age, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think no one expected that.
All right, let's continue. He fucking passed out. He fucking passed out, dog. See, there's gonna be some moments like that. It works, okay?
Yeah, moments like that it works.
You know what I'm saying? Comedy in moments like that works. You know?
Yeah.
Hold on, he did not just fucking faint, bro. Hold on. He just fell off he just kind of slid behind him and passed out. Okay. There's Batfleck. Oh, this Sasha Kaye should be freaking Henry Cavill, but we knew from day one she was going to be.
If I can't do what I did.
Ooh.
If I can't get back.
Oh, that was hard.
Yeah.
What? That was hard.
Yeah,
Was that the Black Flash?
I think so.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it is.
There will not be a future.
What is going on? Holy shit. What? Is that a tornado?
Yeah.
Did he just punch the ground and make a lightning tornado?
Maybe.
The Flash? What? Oh. She looked like she was going hard too, Sasha Kaye. Hold on. Ah, Man of Steel vibes.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Man, they better not kill Batfleck off because he's supposed to be an Aquaman, but they could cut him out. I hope they don't. But if he's an Aquaman, then hopefully he didn't die in here and stay dead.
What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
Oh, is that Feora?
No, I don't know. No, that's Sasha's Supergirl.
It's not Kara. My name is Kara.
I'm
We're Barry.
Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are going to want to see this.
Oh, Man of Steel. You see that? They honored the Man of Steel flying the way that the barrier breaks. So I mean, you got to give Andy Muschietti at least props to that.
Yeah.
You know? And like I said, guys, if this will probably be the last movie that's anywhere close to the Snyderverse. It's obviously not Snyderverse, but it's got a lot of the characters, and it looks like they're honoring the characters and some of the continuity, much more so than Black Adam or any of the other movies prior to that. So, honestly, in my opinion, I would have the way forward probably would have been Andy Muschietti directing Man of Steel 2. Obviously, I want Zach to do it, but you know, if you guys had to, I just want to let me know in the comment section if you knew for 100% fact, right? There's never going to be no more continuation. Zach wouldn't coming back. Here's your options: what Gunn laid out, or Andy Muschietti honoring the continuity moving forward, handling these properties. Because this actually has a couple of scenes in it that I'm curious, and one scene or two scenes actually had me a little excited, to be honest with you. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Because really, like, I remember a while ago, like a few years ago, there was like a rumor going around like a few years ago saying that Andy Muschietti actually liked the Snyderverse films. And really looking at this trailer, like, I completely think that rumor is completely true, because as you can see, there's a lot of Snyderverse elements in this trailer, from the characters to the tone, and even the color palette is very Snyderverse-like.
Right, and I want to say what up to Hunter, Iggy, Pedro, Ray, King Fire.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey, it said this comment. It says, "Strong on Flix. Have you that Riverdale actress has been cast as Lois Lane?" What did he say? I think he meant to say, "Have you heard that?" Maybe.
Have you heard that Riverdale actress has been cast as Lois Lane? I don't know what you're talking about there. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that neither. I'm interested in what you're talking about exactly.
Yeah.
So let me let me know. Let's see. King Fire. He says, James Gunn, Guardians 3 trailer versus Andy Muschietti, the Flash trailer. I would say, and like I said, man, I'm not bandwagoning or anything like that, but I would say the Flash.
Yeah, I would say the Flash 2 was a better trailer. And this is coming from someone who was actually interested in Guardians 3 day one. But yeah, I gotta say, the Flash trailer was better.
All right. In one scene, it shows Sasha Kaye carrying what looks like Cavill. Don't get me wrong. Some scenes here are cool, but without Cavill, it feels way off. I feel the same too.
Yeah.
I feel the same too, man. It's, you know, I don't see why they couldn't have used that cameo that was in Black Adam and put that into the Flash movie, but who knows? Maybe there'll be a small cameo by him, but, you know, yeah, I absolutely agree. You know, we could have not, but at least we've got, you know, Ezra is straight. This is his first Flash solo movie, and he's coming straight off the heels of JL.
Yep.
Obviously, this is going to supposedly, I don't know, because of the time thing, this is supposed to take place before JL, but with the shit that he's doing with the time travel and all that, and the multiverse is probably going to get all fucked up, the timeline.
Yeah,
so.
and it's really just like with kind of like how Ben when Bruce and the Flash actually talked, saying that when Ben said you could destroy everything. To me, that kind of establishes kind of like maybe this takes place, or no, actually, now that I think about it, there was actually something we missed in that trailer. Play Style actually posted a picture in the Flash, actually screenshotted something in the Flash trailer that a lot of people missed, and you can actually see the flying fox, which was in.
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, so this takes place after Justice League.
Okay. Yeah, I seen that. I was gonna try and pull that up, but actually, let's try and pull that up real quick so we can try and get an idea of the timeline. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I seen that too. Is that on my main? Let me go to my home screen. Trying to pull this up for you guys. Right here.
That's it.
Now look at, and this is dope. So there's there's Batfleck. There is the hold on. The Flying Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like Batman's gonna, our Batfleck's gonna have more than one scene in the movie, and we're gonna see him as Batfleck. We're gonna see him as Bruce Wayne. Looks like we're gonna see him in action too. We're going to see the Flying Fox. I mean, just that alone, besides the fact, we get to see Ezra Miller's The Flash, that's enough for me to at least want to check it out alone. Like I said, I'd probably be a lot more harsh on this if I didn't know for a fact that this is going to probably be the last thing that is some degree continuity to the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
Because now that I've seen the trailer, I can tell absolutely that they are trying in their own way to do what they're doing, but also keep the continuity intact. And that's all that people were asking with Off Rip. It's just they did such a shitty job trying to not do that for so long that it's turned a lot of people off. In my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that for you, some of you guys. Again, I mean, and here's the thing, Jeffrey. I don't think this movie is going to make $1 billion, but what if this movie makes $1 billion with Snyderverse characters and continuity? Are they still going to push the reset button and continue with James Gunn's plan? What happens if,
Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know, because I don't know if you got the news about this, but there was a Scooby-Doo project that was recently supposed to come out. It's not the Scoob sequel that was supposed to come out. It's actually a completely different one where it was going to be a Scooby-Doo animated movie that I forgot what the title was, but it was basically had this rock group called the Hex Girls that is in continuity with the Scooby-Doo franchise, and that kind of has like its own little personal fan base. So basically what happened was apparently Velma 2 did so well apparently that Velma is getting a season 2, and that's what caused that the animated Scooby-Doo movie, which was supposed to be a musical, it was going to be like a rock musical type deal. and it was and to get this, as of right now, it's actually reported to be completely finished. It was already animated and just needed to be released. And then David Zaslav and basically Warner Brothers Discovery, he canceled it and wrote it off as a tax write-off.
And that doesn't surprise me at all, honestly. I didn't hear that though, Jeffrey. That's news to me.
The news actually came out a few hours ago. So
oh wow.
I'm not really surprised that you don't know about it yet. I just found it scrolling on Twitter.
James Gunn, big finger to the fans. James Gunn said this is the best movie ever. Well, again, and I think it's absolutely clear now. Now let's get on the topic of James Gunn, because I absolutely have issues with James Gunn now, because I think James Gunn's made it very clear that since he's been put into power, that he is specifically targeting, the Snyderverse fandom and basically telling us to piss off. I think that's abundantly clear at this point. He's been doing a lot of sus activity for quite some time now on Twitter, and going at bot accounts, and going at accounts that are using the Restore the Snyderverse hashtags and all that shit. So, I mean, it is what it is, because I really don't see James Gunn's plan. I mean, I could be wrong. Time will tell. I don't see his plan moving forward. I think they're just trying to prop this shit up so that in 2 years they can sell this company again to somebody else. And I think Zaslav will get the hell on down, in my personal opinion. Or maybe not. I guess we'll see. But, I don't know. I think he's just trying to get the debt down, get the books looking good, and he's just trying to flip this. I don't think Zaslav's in it for the long run.
Yeah.
I think that this plan with Gunn is something where, maybe if it works out, then it works out. But if not, when I do all these tax write-offs and get this company back somewhat in the green, this will be a talking point when I sell this mofo. That we've got this 8 to 10 year plan. James Gunn's doing it, all that hoopla. But that's absolutely a middle finger if he says that it's the best movie ever. If it's the best DC movie yet, yeah, of course. And and another thing is I think that's also James Gunn trying to walk back the fact that he doesn't want to let people know that he is watching and paying attention to us, and he knows that he's already fucked up because he's came out and told people basically that there's no reason to go watch these movies moving forward. I mean, I think now he's trying to walk it all back and get people to get asses in seats, which is fine. He should have did that from the get-go instead of running his damn mouth on Twitter. He's an executive at DC Studios now. Yep. So, I think there's multiple reasons and layers to that. Ray says good trailer, but the movie itself, no expectations. Yeah, don't go with any expectations, because for all we know, it could be a bait and switch. It could be you get in there, and then by the end of the movie, they do all this crazy shit, and James Gunn's universe shows up by the end of the movie, and they've erased everything. I mean, who knows? It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Yeah, because this is actually something that I've been seeing a lot of scoopers say. Like, how people say that how insiders say, this movie is, I saw this movie at this time and it was great. But what's interesting to me is the people who are insiders who get the early screenings and stuff, they have been saying the original Flash was great. Like, they're saying the original Flash is great. They haven't seen the newest one yet. So as of right now, the insiders on Twitter have been saying the original one is great. They haven't seen the new current one yet. Right.
And, they didn't just keep pushing this movie back for no reason. I don't care what bullshit they make up. It's Warner Brothers. T.Y. Bone, Skyberg, don't forget about Sell the Snyderverse to Netflix when it comes up February 14th. Yep, obviously, hashtag sell ZachJL to Netflix, Sell Snyderverse to Netflix, all that shit. It's a training event coming up on the 14th and just, what is it, 1 day from now?
Yep, next morning. Literally the next morning.
Yeah, and it's also Valentine's Day. And for those of you who don't know, the reason why it's significant is that it's 214 Day.
Yeah.
Which was the original runtime for the OG Snyder Cut. What's up? Kevin O'Doug here. It's good to see you, brother.
Yep.
TY, Pedro, the James Gunn, is he screwing with us? If Snyderverse is over, no, we don't. Let's keep fighting for Restored. Yeah, there's no telling. James Gunn, it's just his personality, the way he operates. I don't see him as a great fit as being the head, because they have confirmed now he is writing and directing the new Superman reboot movie, which is I think is an awful mistake. I mean, a lot of projects fine, but that movie, I don't think he should be anywhere near it other than a producer on it, or I don't know.
Yeah.
It begins and ends with Man of Steel. Sad face. Hey, I mean, at least if it ended like that, I mean, you know what?
Yeah,
if it had to end, then and obviously we're gonna still keep fighting for it. But if that's the way it's got to go out, what a fitting end. If it has to be.
I mean, if they ended with if we get a Zod and the Supergirl fight that rivals, if we get something close to Zod versus Superman with Zod versus Supergirl in this movie, I think I'll be satisfied. Like if we have to go to a whole it ends where it begins type of situation, then I'd be satisfied. Like, I really would.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin O'Doug, he said, Campia said some funny shit, bro.
Oh, wow. What did he say?
Yeah, and Osa Fresh in the building. What's good? What's going on? He said WB is definitely getting that third buyout. Yeah, they definitely get that.
Who would it be, though, is the question.
Comcast?
I
heard that they were interested a long time ago, before around the AT&T era, when they first bought into the company. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, who knows, right? Could be, But my point is, though, is that I really think that we'll see. I mean, because I think, in my personal opinion, that if by the time we get to James Gunn's Man of Steel or Superman reboot movie in 2.5 years from now, if this company sells again, then the next regime will come right in. And if they don't like what he's doing, and they probably won't like the Snyderverse shit, and they probably won't like the fans, just like the last two regimes apparently don't like or want money, they'll fire him as well. And all this shit he's talking about, this is a big slate with a lot of money that's going to be out that you're going to need to pump into these projects. So if the first one or two projects don't kill it, knock it out the park, even if Zaslav is still there, it's Warner Brothers. I absolutely see them pulling the plug on Gunn the same way they did to many of those who've came before him. And I don't care what mofos say. Zack Snyder there was never an issue financially with the Snyderverse.
Yeah,
there never was.
There never was.
Lots of criticism about the direction and the story that he was trying to tell in the beginning from people that didn't understand what he was doing. But then a lot of them even came around. Clearly, you can see that, and I've said that before numerous times. Go look at all the Metacritic and the Rotten Tomato scores for Zack Snyder's Justice League. You don't get a fresh rating like that from critics and a 94% audience score for a director's cut of a movie 5 years old.
Yep.
Because now because it was talked about, got so viral, they see, okay, so this guy did have a plan. Okay, so there was, a lot of people didn't even know that there was a damn ultimate cut to BVS. There wasn't a piece of shit. A lot of people didn't know that there was a Snyder Cut. Then they're like, okay. So then they went back and watched them all like they were supposed to be seen in theaters. And then they heard from the fans what he's pulling inspiration from, where he's going, where it was going to go. And they're like, okay, I could have got down with that, but too little too late, I guess. That's why the fans keep fighting for it, because, it was clear. I think audiences and fans agreed unanimously with the Snyder Cut. And it's just the studio has had their heads so far up their ass during the time that this released. From then till now, that they didn't do the right thing.
Yeah,
that's all there is to it.
And this is the other thing too. Like I forgot where this article was, but there was a box office dude, like he was the true by the numbers guy, and he said that if Warner Brothers didn't pull the plug on BVS in theaters 2 months early, BVS would have made $1 billion.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, they were ignorant as hell, and they were trying to self-sabotage their self.
Yeah,
like they lost faith, they got shook, they got weak in the knees, were quaking at the boots, and they made a bad judgment call, and then they continued to do that, and they literally destroyed the whole company, damn near.
Yeah,
like making bad decision after bad decision because they got spooked because a couple of assholes on the internet and a couple of Marvel critics didn't like what they were doing.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
And that's the funny thing too. Like this is actually a personal hobby of mine that I've been doing. I've been looking at Marvel. I've been looking at Marvel, and I quote, "Marvel fan reacts to DC for the first time, and they're signed with Man of Steel." And these videos are like 3 weeks to a month old. And I'm seeing these Marvel fans actually enjoy Man of Steel and BVS to the point like they're actually getting emotional with it. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, like it is that crazy that you're actually seeing Marvel fans come around seeing like, wow, what Zach had was really great.
Right, because sometimes you gotta, I think the biggest problem was that the critics' voice was so savage because there was no contrast to the MCU. There was no alternative when Zach started with Man of Steel. Yeah. There was Marvel, and that was it. Marvel was at the height of kicking ass at that point in time. But of course, the first shit that comes out that could literally rival to some degree what they're doing, it's going to get mass criticism because all the people have been trained to only accept this product with this tone, with this kind of character, with telling this kind of story, with this some X amount of jokes. So it was very shocking, and the people weren't ready for it. The critics mainly were the ones that weren't ready for it. Mm-hmm. And now that it's been some years and they have literally tapped the well almost dry at Marvel, people are going back and seeing now this was a perfect contrast. Some diversity in the cape shit, some diversity in CBMs. You know what I mean? If they would have just tried to look at what we tried to do with the last 4 movies, we tried to copy Marvel, and the box office and critically and financially were failures. And Zach knew in 2012. Yeah. If we try to do what they're doing and make our shit just like theirs, we're gonna fail before we even get out the gate.
Yep.
And I think that they're finally learning that to a degree, but there's just so much has happened now that they just want to wipe the slate clean and start over and be in control of everything. Yep. And I think that's where we're at with that. And Brandon Pittman, I want to say, what up, dog? What up to Brandon Pittman? And I just want to say at the beginning of this video, we dived balls deep in on the Flash trailer, reacting to it, breaking it down. So at some point, rewind the video before we end the live stream because they could cut that out for copyright shit. YouTube's very funny about reactions big trailers to blockbusters when you're going live, from what I've experienced. So it could or could not be back up. So if you got to rewind the live stream, then go ahead and do that. If not, it'll, when we're done with it, it'll be up. And also, like Osa Fresh said, critically acclaimed can only take you so far. Yeah, because at the end of the day, critics ain't paying for the product.
Yep.
You make something that the fans like, and you'll make the money. And then you just hope that critics will get on board. Because at the end of the day, you're not making the movie for critics. They're not paying for the product. They're not financing the product. If it was just critics, you'd never even have that product. You wouldn't have a business, okay? That just helps the brand sell more if critics rave about it. But if you don't got critics on board, then fuck them, man. It's not worth destroying your company, destroying your franchise. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Okay. Campia said The Flash is an Andy Muschietti movie and not a Snyderverse movie. And then he said if Gunn keeps Ezra as The Flash, then DC is dead to him. Yeah, Campia is a reactionary clown, and he cracks me up sometimes, but yeah, he's I hope you guys don't take that guy too serious, man. That guy is they cut him a check for everything that he says and don't say, man. I mean, when he don't say some shit, he gets cut a check for a motive. So Campia can eat a nope. So, all right, guys, let's get very serious for a minute. Let's jump in to these comments by James Gunn. Okay. So, James Gunn a few days ago addressed the Snyderverse fandom and the hashtag sell Snyderverse to Netflix fandom. And what he said kind of pissed a lot of people, including myself, off. And let's
be in his replies somewhere.
Yeah, and again, he replies to, it's like he puts up stuff on purpose just to piss off people. So let's see what we got here. Do you have this on your Twitter? See if you can DM me it, because there's a lot of stuff. He was responding to somebody.
Okay, I'll find it.
Yeah, even if you got to DM me it, because we're gonna break this down. We're gonna break this down, y'all. You already know. And this, I just. Weekly top 10. James Gunn news. Wow. So again, though, it is no surprise that Gunn wants to do obscure characters. He's not cut for doing the JL characters. He's just not. He's not cut for being able to carry the weight of a franchise like this. Like, he's not cut out for it, man. He can't write, direct, and do it successfully. What he does is he takes these weird little C-list characters and he makes them quirky, dark and quirky and silly. And that's his style. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that is not someone that I would have running the whole damn show. All right. There's Jeffrey Warfield back in the building. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. Help me get this channel to 1K. We're like 25 subscribers away from 1K, guys. I need you guys to all hit that like button too, man, and share the video and all that stuff. Y'all already know what it is. You DM it, Jeffrey?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. So, underneath this, here's a Swamp Thing. He posts this February 9th, like 3-4 days ago. And Hold on. And somebody posts underneath it, hashtag South Snyderverse to Netflix. You know, not aggressive. They didn't tag him. They put it on there, like telling him to, I guess. But they shouldn't have done that. But at least it wasn't negative.
Yeah.
But still, James Gunn says, I have to say, this has to be the wackiest hashtag ever. Since one, Netflix hasn't expressed any such interest, although we've discussed other stuff. So basically he's saying that, I talked with Netflix. I'm a badass now. I'm DC Studios James Gunn now. So, I talk to everybody. I'm plugged into everything. I really don't like the way that comes off.
Yeah.
He's basically saying that, I've talked to him before. They didn't say anything. Two, Zach hasn't expressed any interest. And right there is incorrect because Jacob Torres on Vero has posted and kept up to date with the sell Snyderverse to Netflix movement and campaign shit. And Zach has consistently read it and then hearted it and then shared it. So to say that Zach hasn't expressed any interest is a goddamn lie. And seems happy to be doing what he's doing. And yes, we've talked. Of course, okay. And right here, he's happy doing what he's doing. This is a narrative that all the people that are against the Snyderverse shit say. Well, Zach, just leave Zack Snyder alone. He's so happy over at Netflix. And yes, he is very happy over there. And we are very happy that he is happy over there. But what the fuck does that got to do with anything right now? What has that got to do with anything? You think that he wouldn't be happy doing both? He would, literally somebody just pulled up an interview from 6-7 months ago. And where Zach straight up said, was asked if Warner Brothers Discovery hit him up, was like, hey, Snyderverse, are you on board to continue this? He said, my response, let's go.
Yep.
Zach said this. How many times does he got to come out? I mean, Zach is a professional too. At the end of the day, he also stated they own these properties. It's up to them. They know it's up to them. If it was up to Zach, we'd already have this shit.
Yep.
But it's not, though. But it's not. And what I don't like is James Gunn being disingenuous. Because this is disingenuous. Because he's basically saying that this is the and for him to use the word the wackiest hashtag ever. When he used this is the wackiest thing ever. Literally, has anybody watched his movies and he's got the nerve to talk about wacky?
And really, when he said the wackiest thing ever, a lot of people were saying about hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Or at least they didn't use the phrase wacky. Everyone was using the phrases like, oh, it's never gonna happen, yada yada yada. It's a dream, it's a pipe dream, you're not gonna get it. And yeah, on paper, hashtag release the Snyder Cut was a wacky hashtag, but it worked.
Exactly.
In 2021, we got it. So
here's the thing too. All right. He said, and yes, me and Zach have talked too. And he said he contacted me to express his support about my choices. He's a great guy. Again, he seems really happy with the massive world he's building and doing now. Here's the thing, though, James Gunn. Zach is just this kind of person. What is he supposed to tell you? Is he supposed to call you and tell you, hey, I'm so bitter, I'm mad and bitter, and I'm just going to be upset because you're destroying the universe that I built? No. He's not going to do that. At the end of the day, he knows it ain't up to him, and it's a professional courtesy to reach out to people that you have worked for, because this is a job at the end of the day. To us, this is entertainment. For them, this is their jobs. This is their livelihood for Gunn and Snyder.
Yep.
You don't go to an employee that you've worked with before and tell them because they got a promotion and you didn't, hey, this is bullshit, man. No, you tell them, hey, you know what? Congrats, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to say that to you because he probably genuinely is happy for you, but it's also, something that you do. I mean, do you really think that he's going to contact you, go out his way to contact you and tell you that he's angry, he's pissed, and I hope your universe sucks? And what do you expect him to say, bro? And that's the bigger question.
Because yeah, that's really the thing. Like how, you really don't expect someone to react like that in real life. Like you called someone just to hate on them. Like really, who does that in general? Like really, who does that in general? Like maybe
the people that got problems upstairs or are very bitter and jealous or not good people do that kind of stuff because most people just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? What would he gain by doing that? What would he gain except for losing a friend, and making himself look like a damn buffoon?
Yep.
And as much as people love to hate on him, if he did something like that, it'd get leaked, and they'd never stop talking about it. They'd never stop talking about it.
Yep. My phone battery's about to die, man.
Okay, we're almost done with the live stream, but if you can switch to your laptop for a minute, Jeffrey, if you need to. But yeah, we're gonna end this out soon. We're just over the hour mark, but I just want to say, like, I think that it's bullshit, Gunn, that you didn't ask him. Why didn't you ask him? Did he want a little corner? See, that's the thing I like how he chooses. He's very careful when he wants to be about how he chooses to word things, and I don't fucking like it. Because what would have been a better statement is, if you're gonna go, don't go halfway with it. Don't go half leg in, half leg out. Go all the way. If you're gonna address this, then how about you when you talk to Zach, why don't you just flat out ask him, hey Zach, you interested in doing a property with us? And then when Zach says yes or no, then come out talking shit. Because if you didn't ask him that, he's not going to beg. And he's not going to call you and be like, I'm so bitter that I can't, what do you expect him to actually fucking say to you is what I don't understand. Of course, you guys are, the way I look at it, this is entertainment and this is passion for us. For them, this is their Zach and James and Peter and WB and Zaslav. This is their jobs. This is their co-workers as far as I'm concerned with, you know what I'm saying? And he's a great dude. He probably does wish him success. Why would he? Zach loves the DC brand. And even if people aren't into what he wants to do, he just wants the fans to be able to get some good movies. That has nothing to, there's a difference between that and him not wanting to continue where he left off. He absolutely has made it clear that he's wants to continue, but he knows it ain't up to him. He's just said that in an interview like 6 months ago, flat out. And he said that if you guys called and asked him, that he'd be more than happy to. But see, you guys are playing coy, and you're not asking him because you don't want to. You just want to be able to talk shit on the internet. That's all there is to it. And then right here, Joker says, Mr. J, what would you do if Zach had expressed interest in the Snyderverse all in like 1 year from now, and you answered like we supposed to know about your conversation with Zach? We are just fans with hope. We don't know everything that's happening. By the way, wow, very optimistic guy, and I absolutely agree. James Gunn was an absolute ass clown for that comment, for both of them comments. And let's see. Yeah, I don't know. But again, like I said, guys, James Gunn being fucking James Gunn, nothing new there. You know what I think is funny, though? I think it's funny, and I think that James Gunn is, what it's really about is that James Gunn is pissed that he knows this training event's coming up on the 14th, which is tomorrow. And so 2-3 days before it, what a strange timing. What a coincidence that then he waits till 3-4 days before the training event that's been scheduled for months to come out and attack the actual training event and the movement and the fandom and the hashtag that's going to be used. He didn't do that for no reason. He did that on purpose to derail it, to make people lose hope, to make people not want to fucking do it because he's being an asshole. And he's I'm telling you, Warner Brothers got their arm and their hand all up in his ass. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Let's jump into the comments. Chubby Teddy Monster Productions. What's going on? What up, Chubby? No, Gunn just doesn't have the voice for DC. No, he doesn't. He absolutely doesn't. Yeah, and the only thing wacky about James, the only thing that's wacky is James Gunn's projects. Exactly. Jimmy Santiago. What up, T-Flame and Jeffrey? Have a great show. Don't forget tomorrow's 214, baby. Let them hashtags fly. Absolutely. And be on the lookout for James Gunn to try to derail it again. That's going to be more interesting. That's what's going to be more interesting. I can't wait to see that happen. Because I want to see, I'm curious to see how he's going to react to all this. Because you know what he's going to do. But again, just I guess to what I would say, guys, is just absolutely don't lose hope, don't lose faith, and that training event tomorrow, absolutely participate and let this be fuel to go even harder. Even harder. Now I want to look at something that Tyrone Magnus did, because I feel like our fandom, exactly, Antonio Lopez, his words only added fuel to the fire. And what I want to look at, though, and I really wish that our fandom would talk about it more, share his videos more. Tyrone Magnus, man, he has a 2 million follower following, man. And he is a huge supporter of the Snyderverse. And I think we need to, he's been talking on it a lot lately, more than usual. And I feel like his videos should be getting shared a lot more and talked about a lot more, because we need this guy, man. We need this guy's firepower. And on top of that, he seems like a cool dude, just down to earth in general. And I've been watching his channel and his stuff for a long time, even before all this. But I want to look at this clip, guys. And I want you guys' thoughts on this, because he makes a very good point. Very, very good point. And I actually don't think I even got to go to his channel. I think that, yep, right here. Yep, I got it on here.
Respect his time. He's a very busy. Here would be my question. I haven't spoken to Zach in a while. I respect his time.
Now, this is responding to James Gunn's tweets. And I told Tyrone, you guys should tell him too, buy the drones to reach out to Zack Snyder, because he actually can reach out and actually call or text Zack Snyder. Yes, he's got pull like that. Yes, he's done it before, multiple times. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. I think he's even brought him onto his channel before. But listen to what his response is. Now, this is the shortened down version. If you guys want to really see everything that he said regarding this, you can go to his channel, and he's got a video up of it. But let's just see what we got here. His response to James Gunn negative tweets.
Here would be my question. I haven't spoken to Zach in a while. I respect his time. He's a very busy man, and I'm not the type of guy to just reach out. Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you? I don't want to bother him. I'm not that type of guy.
See, that's real. That's real right there. I respect that. You know what I'm saying?
So, but now I'm thinking, like, maybe I should ask. Maybe I should say. Specifically,
yes,
if you were asked to finish out what your vision was for the Snyderverse, if you're asked to come back and finish out your vision of the Snyderverse on Netflix while doing your other projects, as elsewhere DC stories, would you do it, or would you be open to that? I think that's the question that fans want answered.
Exactly. That is exactly what the question. That way we're not beating around the bush like James Gunn is and using, see, and another thing I don't like is that James Gunn just used his relationship with Zack Snyder against Zack Snyder's fan base. He just used that as ammunition to deter us, to derail our movement, all of that. And that is bullshit. And if Zack wasn't so, and Zack, I don't think he would comment on it. I don't know if he even knows about these comments that Gunn made. I doubt Zack wouldn't reach out to Gunn, to voice his displeasure, to voice his, true feelings. I don't think he would reach out and be petty enough to tell him, hey, that's kind of fucked up. When I gave you my blessing, I didn't know you were going to turn around and, talk shit to my fans and throw it in their face. I'm sure that Zack would feel like that, but I don't think that he would waste his time to turn around and call James Gunn up just to have a conversation like that, because Zack's not a negative guy and he's not toxic. But either way, I'm curious to know if Zack even knows that he started talking shit like this. And I think the way around this isn't to bother Zack really about the pettiness, but if someone, like one individual, one time could reach out to Zack and just ask a different question that avoids the negativity and toxicity of James Gunn and the way that we feel towards James Gunn, and just a third neutral party, and just straight up say, hey, if you were asked by James Gunn or WB to continue your story with the Snyderverse on Netflix, would you be open to it? Just directly answer that yes or no.
Especially after seeing this.
See, I'm telling you, this guy's a writer, man. More people need to reach out to him and tell him, yes, it's worth your time, Tyrone. Do it. Please do it.
So that would be my question. I would wonder, hey, if they ask you, like, look, Snyder, man, we need you. They got it on the Snyder phone. You know what I mean? The red Snyder phone. They called him up and they're like, listen, everything's going haywire. All right. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Everybody loves it.
Thank you. Everybody loves it. Something that Warner Brothers, Gunn, and these executives can't admit.
We need you to finish things out because, while we're building things with Gunn, we need something besides the Batman to keep us afloat and keep the fans happy. Are you willing to come back, Snyder Man? Are you willing to? Can you do that? Elseworld, while we're building this main DC continuity, would you be okay with that?
And right there, it ain't got to affect Gunn's plans. It ain't got to be toxic in any way. No negativity. This could be Elseworld, like he already confirmed they're already doing. They're clearly doing a reboot, but still keeping certain remnants of stuff from Gunn's universe, which is bullshit because his shit was Snyderverse light. He bastardized David Ayer and Zack Snyder's continuity with the Suicide Squad, but he's continuing continuity that is loosely adapted from the Snyderverse. So it's not a true hard reset. And I think it shows Gunn's true colors, but at the same time, have your shit universe and let this be an Elseworld story. Why not? And that's it, guys. That is it. I want to know your guys' thoughts on that down below. After the Frank C. What up, Frank? He's a Tyrone, is a big Snyder fan. Yes, he is. But yeah, guys, after this live stream's over, let me know. Let me know in the comment section on the video. What do you think? Do you think that we should reach out, that a couple of people should reach out to James Gunn and, basically, let him know, or not James Gunn, reach out to Snyder, have him reach out to Snyder and just ask him this question directly, because that will put James Gunn's comments to fucking bed and make him look like an idiot. And honestly, it wouldn't be toxic neither. It would be something that would go around having to deal with James Gunn and his nonsense and just get a clear answer, and then we can focus on what we're doing, because he did that 3-4 days before the training event and addressed the fandom that's going to do the training event by calling it wacky, saying it don't make sense, and then use this connection to Snyder to basically, body slam the movement and try to, run the train essentially off the tracks. It's just a tactic that we've seen Warner Brothers do time and time again. But yeah, let me know all that. Guys, like the video. Help me get to 1K subscribers. We're almost there. All that stuff. And Jeffrey, you got anything to close out with? I'm going to end this out.
Really just no, like it really just, I think you said everything right on the nose. Like all we can do right now is continue the course for tomorrow, because really, like you said, like if hashtag release the Snyder Cut had went on for like half a year, or no, almost half a decade, and we got it done. Like all we need to do is keep on pushing, and really for this trending event, just stay completely positive. As Skywalker the Jedi said, we want to keep that positivity of this thing going, because it doesn't make sense to bash Netflix at all in this. We are just letting our voices known that we want the rights of Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Snyderverse, to be sold to Netflix.
Right. Absolutely. Well, all right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Till next time, my friends. Peace.
Peace.